we used to share some medicine before to prepare the body and the mind to drink ayahuasca. For example, a medicine that is called rapé. Rapé is a dose of plants like tobacco and others, and sometimes only tobacco. Or curanga, that is a dust, medicinal dust with tobacco and rapé and jahib. And if some person want to receive those medicine, it's important to receive it. In fact, some people used to arrive with confusion in their mind, and with rapé clears that intention. So it's important to receive if you want to. It's not a compilation, no? Another medicine is Sananga. Sananga is a medicine. There are some drops that put in the eyes, and is to clear the vision, to clear the eyes. And so whoever wants to can apply drops in their eyes. It's not necessary, but if you want to, it's okay.
Yeah.
And rapé is very important. I recommend rapé before ceremony.
So what I also notice is both medicine helps you with acceptance by getting into the now. Because a lot of times, like you said, people are still a little anxious, nervous, in their head, not in their body when they come to the ceremony place. And those medicines really help you, prepare you mentally for the ceremony.
Yeah.
So it's not necessary. You don't have to do it, but it's recommended. And in the beginning, I used to hate rapé. I was just like, whoa.
It's not easy.
And the first side, he always put such a strong rapé, and I was just like, there were even some people vomiting. I was sweating a lot, and I was just like, oof. Not a fan. But after possibly the 4th or 5th, 6th ceremony, I realized that it's starting to teach me acceptance, that I'm getting into my body, that I am in the present moment.
Yeah.
And like, don't just like look at the pain you could possibly receive or like the uncomfort you feel, because it's more of the cleaning that happens through that. Because there's sometimes where I take rapé right now, where I do not feel the sweatiness and all that coming up, because I feel like I've already cleaned a lot of parts emotionally in my body as well. So when those things come up, it's very good. It is definitely medicine, and it's helping you heal. So especially listen to the people when you come to the ceremony place. They do it with an intention, and those medicines really help you. They're complementary to ayahuasca, and they really help you with the process as well.
Yeah. I think it's a good idea to get rapé before, and if you are anxious or nervous, another medicine that is good to that is to smoke a tobacco as medicine. You tell people that knows about that, teach you how to smoke a tobacco with a good intention, and it could help a lot. Rapé, tobacco, sananga, another medicine before, it's okay, but it's not a compilation.
And we're going to do a podcast specifically on tobacco as well. So
it's okay.
Feel free to check that out as well. How to smoke tobacco with consciousness, what's the true meaning of tobacco is as well. So that's the one part. Also, I think an hour or two before the ceremony, it's good to not drink a lot of water, only a little water as well, right?
Yeah, water is, you have your stomach empty, you know. So water, it's not bad. You could drink water, but not too much. And when you drink ayahuasca, the recommendation is not to drink water because ayahuasca is hot and water normally is cold. So could not be a good way to feel your stomach, because stomach could begin to. So
let's go into the ceremony itself. So, what I like to do is, once I receive the cup of ayahuasca, is stop for a moment. Also, in my mind, introduce myself to ayahuasca. Hello, Grandmother Ayahuasca. I'm Oliver. I say my full name. I'm Oliver Glozik. I welcome you into my life, and I say my intention with the ayahuasca as well. And that way, I already feel like I'm starting to build a connection with ayahuasca as well. And I see a lot of people who the first time they drink ayahuasca, they go up, they take the cup and they put it backwards, they put it back. And I feel like by you taking a moment to stop and pause before you drink it, it helps you drink with a lot more consciousness as well. So that's the first part. And then when you drink, it's important to sit down and to be upright. So do not lay down and sit up for
important.
at least 10 minutes. And the longer, the better.
10, 20 minutes. 10, 20 minutes, it's important the breathing, no? When you take ayahuasca, sometimes you do as you are going to vomit because the body sometimes resists the purgative, no? And the flavor is not beautiful. So it's important you drink ayahuasca, you breathe deeply, and you sit down and concentrate what you're doing. At least 20, 30 minutes, and then let ayahuasca do its work because it knows what is working inside you. So it's important. It's important to have some spray with plants and alcohol. If you feel anxious before and while drink ayahuasca, you could put a little spray in your hands and smell it deeply, and it's important to calm down and then let ayahuasca do its work.
So it's important when you drink ayahuasca that in the first 10 minutes you try to not throw up. If you have hard time judging time once you drink, it's usually the first or second impulse to vomit. It's do not hold it in, and then when the third impulse comes up, it's okay to vomit, but do not drink it and then let it leave your body right away. It's also a lot of times a sign of the ego that it's really resisting the medicine and you not wanting to be able to take it in. So that's very important.
Yeah.
Hold it in as long as possible.
It's important to keep ayahuasca inside at least 10 or 20 minutes. So it's important to drink ayahuasca, breathe deeply, and go and sit and concentrate in your intention and let ayahuasca do its work. So after 20, 30 minutes, you begin to feel something in your stomach, and ayahuasca penetrate inside you and do what you want to do to clean, no? To show. So it's important, do not vomit, do not throw up immediately.
So also what I notice when I drink ayahuasca, a lot of times my thoughts are the loudest because the ego knows, okay, now something's about to change, and a lot of loud thoughts come up. Yes, so that resistance, it can be part of the process. It doesn't have to be. What you can do is smile at the thoughts and know, okay, those are just thoughts. You can let them pass, and also feel into your body. The breathing you talked about is very important, very helpful as well. So focus on your breathing, and whatever comes up, really let it come up as well, because we're so used to suppressing all the emotions, especially all the emotions we don't want to feel, and it's a very unhealthy way to deal with our emotions, because even when you suppress them down, they work subconsciously. Self-sabotage starts to kick in. You hold a lot of grief, shame, a lot of negative emotions in your subconscious, and ayahuasca wants to heal that. Those negative patterns which are in you, but for that you have to also allow them to come up as well. So do not try to resist things that come up. Really allow yourself to feel, be in your body. And what I like to say is sometimes the healing hurts more than the wound itself, because you need to open up the wound and take all the dirt out so it then can heal back together. So really trust the process, really also accept ayahuasca as a medicine, and learn to let go of the fear of drinking ayahuasca and the fear of the things that it will show you, because it is threatening your current self, and it's really there to push away the limitations of your current self. And I remember in the jungle in Putumayo, it was so strong, and it was like ayahuasca was installing a new operating system into me as well. but the old operation system needs to go, and it's important to accept that the whatever is ayahuasca showing me is medicine is going to help me in my spiritual growth and my growth as a human being as well.
Yeah, to drink ayahuasca is for brave people. For brave people, it's a sacrifice because the body resists, the emotion resists, the mind even resists, the ego resists. So you have to go more than the resistance of yourself, of your instinct. Your instinct is like doesn't want to drink ayahuasca or a medicine like that because it's like the demons doesn't want to go out the house, and the house is you at all. So it's a sacrifice. It's a no sacrifice, but it's for being good, for being good. So it's important to that resistance to have the control. How you can have the control? Meditating, have the control, breathing, and getting calm with your techniques of your mind, telling your body, hey, please wait, telling yourself, hey, I'm going to drink something for the good. So it's for warriors. No? You have to be your own warrior to resist what is going inside. That ayahuasca is it's a drink that it has no a good flavor. Could try to make you vomit. So you have to put from yourself, you're strong to drink ayahuasca. So it's important to be strong.
Absolutely. So very important. Feel your body. Use meditation techniques you've been practicing on your own. You can really implement them in your ayahuasca journey as well. Really surrender to the feeling, surrender to the medicine as well.
It's a good word, surrender. It's a good word. It's like surrender to the spirit of nature because she knows what is going to happen with you. She cares you. Surrender is humility. It's like humility. It's the path to eternity, as the song says.
Yes, do not run away. Stay in the ceremony place. Yeah. And also as close to the altar as possible, close to the people, because they will help you transform the energy. When you go off by yourself somewhere in your room, whatever, you're really by yourself. You're not by that transforming energy. So stay in the ceremony place, yes.
Do not go and lie down in a bed. And if you feel very tired, tell other people I'm going to be there, because you could have a bad trip. Some people used to go to inside the car and sleep, and that's not a good idea. Yeah. We had to see where are all the patients.
So ayahuasca can be very, very strong, but also for multiple people, when they first drink ayahuasca, they don't feel anything. They just vomit, and
used to happen.
Also, it's good to drink another cup of medicine. And interestingly, for me, the first time I drank ayahuasca, I needed 4 cups to really connect with the medicine. And it showed me how disconnected I was with myself. So that's one part of it. And even when you do not feel the medicine right away, it still teaches you. The ceremony still teaches you. Yeah. So I was there and I was like, okay, I'm ready to drink. I'm ready for the lessons. Let's go. And ayahuasca, like, be patient first.
Yeah.
Things don't always happen the way you want them to. Yeah. You need to go with the process. And if the process is that you don't even experience something the first night drinking ayahuasca, then that's your process that you were in as well. So really trust it. Also, when you don't feel it, I mean, it can be frustrating because you've spent all the time on the diet, you're vomiting and everything, and you feel like you don't have an effect, but it's still working on you. You're still purging, you're still letting things go on a subconscious level as well. So also, when you don't feel anything, still trust the process, still trust the ceremony, and everything which is going on around. So be very attentive to your thoughts, to everything which is coming up.
Yeah, ayahuasca plays with your mind.
Yeah,
plays all time with your mind. So you should pay attention and know what you're going to do. And you don't have the control. You can control some things, but you don't have the control. The control is the the life. The life has the control. It's
Yeah.
not what you want to. If you want to see a lot of things, if you want to get some pintas and see mandalas and see the universe, and maybe ayahuasca hides and do not show you anything because it's playing with your mind. So be careful because there are some experience. I want to tell you some experience that I had. Sometime when I was beginning to drink ayahuasca, 10 years ago, maybe, I went to the ceremony wanting to see a lot of things. And I drink first time, and 1 hour passed, and people was throwing up, and people was chumados, was in the energy of the plant, and I didn't feel anything. And I tell Taita, hey, Taita, I don't feel anything. Taita said, wait a moment. So next I drank second time and I wait, but I was impatient. So I didn't feel anything, and people went to the second cup, and people were traveling the world. I saw that, I heard that, but to me wasn't anything. So it was 5 a.m. maybe, and I say, there's nothing. The third, okay, I drink the third. I drank the third, and I think I thought it's not going to happen anything. So I lie down. I say I'm going to sleep. When I was almost asleep, I heard, "Do not wait what is on waiting."
Do not what?
Do not wait what is on waiting.
Okay.
Do not wait what you shouldn't wait. So I wake up. Who tell that thing? In that moment, I threw up and I began to see a lot of things, a lot of things, and people were getting cold and getting out of the process. Yes. So it's a play with your mind. Some people used to go to see a lot of things and don't see anything. But as Oliver said, ayahuasca always do that work. All we do is work. The work is to clean. The work is to have a good energy inside you. Sometimes you don't see too much. Sometimes you see a lot. It's not important. The important is that ayahuasca is inside you, and in your process, restructure a lot of things of your life. You can watch it next day to the ceremony. Some things change. People that is not good for you disappear. Things that are not good for you begin to change, no? And you feel it, and you realize that. So it's important to not go only for trouble. The important is go to healing, and if in the trouble you see some things, it's okay.
Yeah. So what you said when you were like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna feel anything tonight, and then it came and hit you. That happened to me on 1 or 2 occasions as well. So a lot of times when you give up the need to feel something, that's when a lot of time the medicine comes in as well. So when you let go of the expectations, when you let go of the way you want it to be, that's a lot of times when ayahuasca can do its work as well. So
ayahuasca could break that expectation and show another thing. Reality could be another thing that you are thinking about.
Yeah. So also about how many cups to drink. So
it's relative.
Yeah. So the Taita in Germany who I worked with, he always says when you have the strength and energy to drink 1 more cup, it's good to drink 1 more cup because it's like an onion that is you go deeper and deeper, and it gets all the stuff which does not belong to you out of your system. So he says when you feel the strength to drink another cup, drink another cup. Yeah. How do you see the whole thing?
Yeah, I think it's relative because different person has different process with ayahuasca, different things to heal and different emotion and different things. It's relative, but in general, I have seen that people from Europe or people from United States, it used to be hard to penetrate the ayahuasca inside. So it's positive to drink the second or the third. But sometimes there is some people that is very sensible,
Yeah.
and with one cup it's enough
Yeah.
to all night.
Yeah.
But it's your body. But it's important if you don't feel a lot of things with first cup. It's important to make an effort and go drink the second, because
And even if you feel something on the first cup, still.
yeah. I it used to happen that people drink first and vomit and do not want to drink the second, and a lot of time the second go deeply.
Yeah.
No, so it's important to make an effort and go and feel the calling and drink the second or the third. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah. So what about? So it's very important. Do not try to fall asleep in the ceremony. That's also a good way to sit throughout the whole ceremony. After you have vomited, you can lay down a little bit, but do not try to fall asleep, because ayahuasca is not going to have too much of an effect. You're going to sleep through the ceremony. That's not the goal of the whole thing. So be as attentive as possible when you drink ayahuasca. What about talking in the ceremony?
Okay, that's very important, because silence is it's a way to understand. No, it's like in a classroom. You have to be quiet, be in silence to hear the voice inside your own voice. No, so when you drink ayahuasca, it's important to be quiet. 30 minutes, 1 hour, that depends. But when you are traumatized, when you feel the process of ayahuasca inside, be concentrated, pay attention a lot, close your eyes, and see what is ayahuasca watching you, what is looking inside you, because there could be a lot of teaching and you don't want to sacrifice one night alone to don't have those teaching, that treasure, no?
Mm-hmm.
So it's important to be quiet, to be in silence. So there's a moment where the music goes on and you concentrate the music, and there's a moment when the energy lows, the energy go down, and you can talk some things, but if there is some person that are concentrated, respect that process and do not talk very, very, very high.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
in the morning you can talk a lot because you are feeling good, you feel soft, and your mind is clear. You can talk. There's no problem after the cleaning of the morning.
Yeah. What about walking around in the ceremony? Do I have to be in one spot at the whole time, or can I move around? What about that?
Yeah, it's important sometimes to be sitting only there to lead the process. It's important to lead the process. But if you don't feel a lot of things and you're very, very without moving a lot of time, it's important you get up, turn around the house, and return to your seat. Yeah. It's important to move the blood and your body, and the mechanism, the stomach is going to throw up. Mm-hmm. And do not force throwing up.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Do not put your fingers inside to throw up. No, let ayahuasca do its works.
Mm-hmm. So also another very important thing is, do not try to help other people in the ceremony, because you're very new to this experience. Yeah. You might think, oh, I want to help that person. More likely that energy that they're feeling is going to transfer to you. You're also going to be in trouble. So try to really be in your own process, work through the process which is coming up in you, and do not try to look, oh, what is that person doing? What is that person doing? What is that person doing? Stay within and do not try to help other people, because at the beginning you have no idea what you're doing, especially in the process. Do not interfere with the process of other people as well.
Yeah, that's important, because the process with ayahuasca is a personal process, and there is there is some people that is dedicated to help another. No? Yeah. For example, people who help Taita to to have a good ceremony. So the process is personal. So there will be people that want to cry. There will be people that want to dance, that want to scream. That's normal, no? Let that people lead his process, their process. But you concentrate in your own process. Do not help any people, although it's a good intention, because with ayahuasca we have a lot of sensibility to energies. So if you want to do a helping, to have a good intention, but maybe you disconcentrate the other person.
Yeah.
So it's important people live their own process.
Absolutely.
And let another who is capacitated to that to help the people if they need it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
It's important because sometimes some people used to carry the heavy of another's. No, you should to carry your own things. So let people work its own homeworks. No?
Absolutely.
It's like a teacher to do the homework for the student. That's not the idea. The idea is every person learns what had to learn.
Yeah. Also, I think it's beautiful when couples drink ayahuasca together or like go to a ceremony together. At the same time, it's also a good idea that you do not lay next to each other or sit next to each other, but maybe even separate throughout the ceremony. That way you're focused on your process and do not always check on your partner, and also maybe with your best friend. So you're like, oh, how is my best friend doing? That's not the goal right now in the ceremony, to compare yourself with other people or where they are in their process or you're in your process. Respect other people's process. Do not interfere with their process and go with your process as well. Also,
excuse me, if you're going with your partner, it's important you don't sit together.
Yeah,
it's better.
Yeah.
So even although it's your partner and you cares a lot with your partner, it's not important. It's a personal process. So let your partner go the other side and you just sit and forget that person for a moment, for a night. And in the morning you can
hug,
you can
everything. Yes. Okay. Awesome. What else? We said little water in the ceremony. Do not drink a lot of water as well.
Because do not ask people what is watching, what is looking, what is feeling while the process, because it's an interruption.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do not drink water in the ceremony, or just very little water.
Little water.
Little water is okay, but not. If you drink water, it has to be seen as medicine as well. It's very important. What else is important during the ceremony?
Mamita said it's very important the positive mind. If you're watching inside something bad, some demons or something that is heavy, it doesn't matter. To have a clear mind as is it possible, to have positive mind as is it possible, and to have faith in yourself, in medicine. It's very, very important and helps a lot. Because some person used to have fear, it's normal, but it doesn't help if you think you are going to die. Maybe you die, but inside, and you're born. But positive thinking, positive mind helps a lot in the process. So the recommendation is to go without fears, to go without heavies, without something bad in yourself. If you feel that before, that's why the rapé, that's why to smoke tobacco as medicine, that's why to take some spray with plants and smelling.
I like it. And it's also when you're in a dark spot right now in the ceremony, you can always think back of a time when what you're grateful for, and that way start to navigate your ceremony as well. So obviously let ayahuasca do its work, but when you feel yourself drifting off into places you don't want to drift off, you can navigate backwards and feel gratitude as well and feel the positivity. So absolutely, you can learn to navigate your ceremony. Obviously the more you drink, the better it works as well.
Another thing that is less important, but it's important, is put your phone
Yeah.
in your bag and turn off it,
Yeah.
because some young men used to take the WhatsApp at that time, and you're awake, you're watching a lot of things. It's not positive.
Yeah.
No, it's important to put your phone and your things, rings and necklace and some other things, and money, because maybe you have an attack of to the fire. You put the fire on the fire your money, because you're watching a lot of things and understanding a lot of things. Go with without things to the ceremony.
Awesome.
You will not need that.
You don't need it in a ceremony.
You don't
No. What else during the ceremony? Anything important?
It's important to sing.
To sing?
Singing is important. Some people sing well. Some people doesn't like to sing, but the singing is a way to heal too. The singing and the music that is in the ceremony.
Yeah.
Here, there's people used to say, when you sing, your bad goes out.
Yeah.
So singing a positive song that could help you in your normal life, it's important ceremony. If you want to do that, to practice that, it's positive.
Okay. What about looking in the mirror in ceremonies?
I think it's not positive. I think it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Even we used to get mirrors out, because you are looking at a lot of things, and if you look in a mirror, you can see your own shadow. So it's not positive to watch yourself in a mirror in that process.
Okay.
I recommend that.
I mean, I've looked in the mirror a couple of times.
What did you watch?
Mostly more like going to the end, but I've liked what I've watched in the mirror, and just like seeing myself and like, okay, here I am. So it's been very positive. But I also heard about a guy who was like seeing a different part of him in the mirror, and like was very, So when you're very, very into the process, I mean, do not look too long in the mirror.
No, you can watch your own monsters. It's not a good idea.